What is good, you guys? It is your boy ReMoSensei, and you already know what I'm here to talk about, man. The title that's at the top, One Piece chapter 986, and boy, do we kind of have a good one. Honestly, I'll give you my rating at the end. First, I'll kind of describe why that becomes my rating, but first, let's go ahead and dive right into the chapter. Starting off, we see basically the aftermath of the clash with Okiku and Kanjuro, and just his drawings and the Nine Scabbards. And I have to honestly say, I'm kind of disappointed. This is moving way too fast. This feels way too sudden, and it just honestly doesn't make any sense at all. I'm kind of worried at the pacing almost, because it's just bro, he was really seeing, not to say that he was becoming a really, really good villain, but it just was he was being meticulous. He was calculated. He was way stronger than what we thought he was. I mean, at this point, I felt like he was leagues beyond Kinemon, and a lot of them, just the things and stuff that he could do. The fact that his drawings had way more of a life than what we had seen before. It was just Kanjuro was doing a lot of things, and for it to just kind of end abruptly like this, I'm gonna kind of say not to say that I would cry anything, but I mean, I kind of felt like them, because it's why? It's I've been so heavily invested into this, and then all of a sudden just it's over with. So I was kind of conflicted with that. I mean, I guess if he gets jumped, there's nothing he could do. You have Ashura Doji there. You do have Denjiro there, which I feel he potentially might be the strongest out of the Scabbards at this particular time. Him, Ashura Doji, and maybe even Kiku, honestly, because they're the ones they've been continuously fighting for 20 years. Kawamatsu, he was in the cell, and I mean, clearly, I guess you would have to fight continuously to get stronger, but I just kind of felt like Denjiro, he was kind of at the top. I mean, he was head of the mob boss. I mean, he was the top mob boss and all that, or whatever. So that was that. Them kind of being sad, it felt kind of weird. It's yeah, I mean, I get it though. It's almost kind of I feel like a lot of people probably won't condemn them, just for the simple fact that in a way where it's it's almost kind of like being in a toxic relationship almost, where it's you can't stand the person, but y'all have so many memories together that you can't help but be sad once you and that person are no longer dealing with each other. So them crying and stuff like that, it makes complete sense. I completely understand. And then what was also weird about that whole interaction was the stuff with Izo. It just kind of seems weird for the only real conversation it seems that they've had with Izo so far is hey Izo, glad you showed up. This is a great place to die, or this is a hard way to get out of this jail, because I've read multiple translations and whatever you have it, but it's just so it just seemed like the consensus was hey, we're in a tough spot, you sure you want to join on? And then Izo was I've been in tougher spots, and then I have something interesting to say about Izo later on, you know what I mean? I don't want to jump ahead of myself right now, you know what I'm saying? And then now to the next part, Orochi, because then, we go to the part where Kaido, we're at Momo's execution. Actually, hold on, before we speed past that, let me just bring back to a point real quick. I have to make a video on this. I've been saying this for the longest time. I had it documented on here. I deleted it. I deleted a whole bunch of videos that I did not want to delete. But back in Dressrosa and beyond, I've been saying, I've said it multiple times. I'm going to drive it home again. If Kanjuro is to die, Usopp needs to get his fruit. That makes the most sense. Bro, just think of the power boost that will come from Usopp having Kanjuro's devil fruit. Bro, just the amount of just different ammos that he can create, the different weapon attack attachments and just all this, like, bro, Usopp having Kanjuro's devil fruit would be nuts. Now, it would be a person that we would lose that can swim on the team, but potentially, I was looking, we have Jinbei, so, you know what I mean? Fuck it. fuck out of bullshit. Give Usopp Kanjuro's fruit. That's the campaign that I'm pushing. It's Usopp needs to get Kanjuro's fruit. You know how OP my man Usopp would be? That boy will be cold, boy. I'm trying to tell you. But anyway, before I get sidetracked, the stuff with, like, bruh, just like, okay, first off, it makes complete sense that all of Orochi's men is jumping ship. That's without a question. That's a Yonko. You know what I mean? You gotta get in where you fit in at that point. Like, none of them is trying to be Pirate King. Like, they just trying to live. They just regular citizens. It makes complete sense. I ain't even mad at him. Fukurojo, I ain't mad at him. What's that? Toei? Or Tote or whatever? I ain't mad at him. But it's just like, damn, bruh. Niggas was just like, Orochi's men was just like, damn, Orochi, hate it had to be him, but let's go ahead on and shuck and jive over the Kaido. Yes, sir, Master Chuck. Like, like, bro, like, my nigga, he just died. Like, it's all probably been of like all of just a couple minutes since you just seen his head get just lopsided red, and y'all just like, oh well, like Orochi, like damn. And then to be honest, I still don't feel like Orochi is dead. Momo did kind of surprise me. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right there too. You know, it's just like the fact that he could speak in that manner with that gall in that situation, it was dope. Even though, you know, he's still crying, he's still scared and things like that. But then at the end of the day, technically he still is an 8-year-old kid. So I mean, he is annoying, and I did not like him for the longest. I still kind of don't like him, just how he was manipulating, you know, Nami and Robin. But we'll leave that for a different day. Boom, boom, boom. Let's keep moving right along. Seeing Luffy destroy her cuffs, you know, and having more control of Rio, for lack of a better term. I know it is an advanced form of armament hockey, but it's just like that just seems like there's a whole bunch of different forms, there's a whole bunch of different scales and just whatnot, but it's just a lot. So we just gonna call it Rio because of that. That's what we know it as right now, you know what I mean? But yeah, just seeing him have more control over that kind of gives a nigga hope, you know. It do. And then what else? Let's see. That explosion, fam. The explosion was like 3 times the size of Big Mom. Really, it was probably almost 4 or 5. But bro, that explosion was huge. And it's like, bro, that's only one person. That's only one person in the One Piece universe who could have survived that explosion. My nigga Pell. Anybody else dying? So it's just like, I'm playing, but dog, that explosion was huge. That really might take her out. I mean, she does seem strong, but that explosion was like, nigga, that shit was huge, and she has every right to feel that way. I don't blame her for feeling that way. I feel that way too. Fuck that nigga. Fuck you. You know what I mean? In the simplest form, you try to kill me because I ain't trying to go along. I'm trying to be free. I want to be older. Like, fam, you gonna beat on me? You gonna do that? And then you really gonna kill me? Like, you really not my dad? And that's simple. It's a shame Whitebeard's not alive, because he definitely would have took her in. You know, my sons, my nigga was all about the family. You digs? Hey, and then this next little part, bro. That shit was kind of Izo was looking kind of drippy. Izo might be stronger than what I thought he was. I ain't gonna jump the gun. I ain't gonna rush it. But Izo, my nigga came in. Nigga said, nigga quick drawing that shit, boy. that boy Izo was in that thing, boy. I'm trying to. Hey, Izo might be a little bit stronger. He might be a little bit more stronger than I thought he was. Kaido being shot, my mama's words, and then the 9 scabbards coming out. Oh yeah, this this, and then this is the other thing that kind of bothers me is just like, as long as Kaido is working with Orochi, why is King and Queen shocked that the scabbards are still alive and that's Momonosuke? And why is Kaido shocked too? Even though he already knew, I'm guessing they trying to play it off like he didn't know, but it's just like, because he conveniently never said it, but I swear he did. Maybe he didn't speak, maybe he didn't answer him last time, but I swear he did. Maybe I should have read that before I did this, and I'll do that on Sunday. so they all get their attack off and stuff like that, and you know, Kaido was saying like it's gonna take more to pierce me, but I will say this though, Odin dead in the grave for 20 years, he's still making that boy Kaido sweat. Kaido ain't supposed to be here, man. I gave it a 8.59 out of 10, but I think I might have to knock that rating to like a 7.5. It's a good chapter, real hype moments, some real like jaw-dropping things and stuff like that. A lot of stuff for you to speculate, but it's like it's kind of making me worry about Wano arc. Now, I can't say the chapter's necessarily a miss. It's still a fairly strong chapter for me. But it's just like, when you think about the grand scheme of things, it doesn't seem like we have very many chapters left. It almost seems like Wano arc could possibly end with all like the potential breaks and things, stuff like that. It seems like Wano could potentially end like around next summer, around this time next year. That should be about enough time for like 50 more chapters or something like that. But Wano's definitely ending like mid next year, fall at the latest, and it's just it's kind of putting things into perspective. I mean, shit, it really could end in like spring at the beginning of May, but back to just, it's just the direction that Wano's going in, it just kind of has me worried. Orochi was cut off really, really fast, even though like a role, there's not too much of a role he could have really played at this point because we kind of progressed past that stage. Kandro being dead, to me, that's just, well, like if he really is dead, unless Usopp gets his fruit, that's kind of just like a wasted character. It almost kind of feels like, because he was just starting to put into work, just starting to build up steam, and then snip, his life got cut short just that fast, and it's kind of disheartening. So I do have to drop my original ranking from 8.59 to like a 7.5. I give it like a 7.7. You know what I mean? It's a real good chapter, real hype, but once I think about it kind of like critically, as much as I can now without reading the official translation on Sunday, it's not looking that. I'm just kind of worried. It's a really good chapter. I really like it, and I would really score it higher if it just wasn't. It's just the pacing right now. Not saying that I would prefer it to be a tad bit slower. It just seems like we skipped a lot of things. We missed like a lot of conversations. We missed just like little things in between that I felt like that we should have been able to get, that we did not get. And I think that's really that's really my big takeaway from this. But like I said, try not to make this too long, even though it seems like this is going to be about like 15, like at least like 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can kind of chop it up and get it to like 11. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe and stuff like that. And with that being said, peace.